Vic Tafur, he covers the Raiders for The Athletic and joins us on the program. How much drama do we have? What is today going to be like after last night's Hard Knocks, Vic?
Should be good. I think there's a chance Antonio Brown shows up. You got the Rams in town, so you got the whole McVay-Gruden thing going on. So should be a lot of energy on the field.
What stood out to you last night on Hard Knocks?
I thought it was a little bit slow. I thought it was, obviously, I think anytime you have Gruden, it's entertaining. But I thought it was a little bit of a slow show. Wasn't any really big moments. But, I thought Jonathan Abrams came off okay. I thought he definitely showed his personality. Huge personality, as we saw, for a rookie. But I thought it was too much Ollie for my taste. I was waiting for the big payoff. And that really came. It was a good little montage about how he changed lockers pretty fast. But there was no big, finale to him being cut. So I thought that was kind of a big build-up for not much of a payoff.
All right, but then, I'm not quite sure what to make of this team, and I try not to go, I'm going to base my opinion on how they're going to be this year by watching them in training camp, but I can't help but look at this and go, it felt like they went out of their way to pump up Derek Carr and everybody, hey, great throw, and the whole thing about does he oil up his arms when he goes out on the football field? Like, it's a little strange. I think their success or failure, it comes down to maybe Derek Carr and his personality and ability to, be a franchise quarterback. Is that asking too much?
No, I think that's a good point. I think that definitely is a privy year for Derek. They got him all these weapons and tools this year. They brought in, made Trent Brown the highest paid offensive lineman in the league. They got Antonio Brown and Tyrell Williams. So Josh Jacobs, first round pick. So definitely, there's no excuses for Derek this year. He has to have a big year, or else they may actually be looking for a new quarterback next year.
What kind of questions do you have for Gruden this year?
The usual question just about the offense. Just, last year they didn't show too much. I think that was because of the injuries to the O-line, and they traded away Cooper after they traded away Max. So the roster was kind of in shambles right away. So this year he's gotten the guys he supposedly wants. He's got some characters like, Perfect and Incognito. So let's just see what he does. He said last year it was necessary, so let's see if that was true.
I was surprised they didn't address Antonio Brown's feet. Why didn't they address it?
I'm sure they would have liked to. I'm sure they didn't know. I think everyone's been asking the same questions, but it's been a bizarre week. He takes the hot air balloon ride in and doesn't practice. He flies in but does not practice, and all we hear about is silence. All of a sudden he posts that picture of his feet, which was not great viewing for the public. But and he hasn't said anything. His people have been kind of quiet. The Raiders have been quiet. We've asked Gruden every day and nothing. So I think it's just kind of a wait-and-see thing. But I'll say this. We saw it last night on that show. Just a brief time, this 20 minutes he was out here on Tuesday when he ran some routes past the cornerbacks. He gave them, all they could handle and more. So I think even with the bad feet, he's still, a playmaker. So I think that's a good sign. I think when his feet finally heal up, he should be the guy he always has been. Okay, but Antonio Brown, who loves to share everything with you, is not sharing how he did this to his feet. John Gruden, who loves to talk and should be asking Antonio Brown, how did you do that? He's not saying anything. And then Drew Rosenhaus, his agent, who always loves to talk, he's not saying anything. Why? I have no idea. You're right. Antonio Brown went dark on social media for 2 or 3 days. That's unheard of. So I just think, we'll see if he's out here today. I think at some point he'll have to be out here. I think the team has been, politely concerned, maybe getting a little frustrated. But I think if he doesn't show up in practice pretty soon, it might turn a corner and become more of a bigger issue. If I said that you could either take 7 wins or 3 wins, you had to pick between the two for the Raiders this year. Well, I think based on what they did in the offseason, I think I have to go 7. I think the whole slowly rebuilding plan went out the window when they signed Trent Brown. It gave Antonio Brown a big pay raise. I think 7 at the minimum. I think even 8 will probably need 8 to get to be a good season. So I think they spent too much money, made too many moves for them now to look at the whole building process and the worth of a 3-win season in terms of a draft pick. I think you can't look at it that way. Vic, thank you for your time, and we appreciate you taking some minutes here to talk about what's going on with this. I'm sure that we'll check in with you again during the season. Yeah, there's always stuff going on. It's never a boring moment here in Raiders land. I know. Vic Tafur, he writes for The Athletic. He covers the Raiders.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.